Do you know what I hate the most right now that's on the internet?
Tell me.
This whole 90s kids bullshit. I wanted to go on this rant for a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we listen to episode 3 of Order in Bedlam. And I'm sick of seeing these memes online about these 90s kids. How, remember this if you're a 90s kid. Now, you and I, you are about a year apart, 90 and 91. We probably should be taking that title more than these little fuckers are. And you know what? I can honestly say I don't consider myself a 90s kid.
Yeah.
I was in kindergarten in 96. I didn't hit middle school till about 2001, 2002. So you little shits out there playing this game who were born in 97, I had a girl I work with.
Yeah.
Tell me that she's a 90s kid. And I asked her, when was she born? 2001.
That's painful. That's painful, dude. I don't know how to feel about that. Look, dude, there's an equation somewhere that dictates that you have to take a certain number of bites of the ankle with a razor scooter. Or one of those, what are those things that you used to play with that you put around your foot? It had like a ring and you would have to skip with it on?
Yeah.
Skip it. Skip it.
Skip bop or something?
Fucking skip something, dude.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless. No. No,
if you didn't go to middle school in the 90s, you can't be a 90s kid.
Yeah.
That's my thought right now.
Yeah. If you don't remember Pokemon Red, the day it came out, you're not a 90s kid.
No. So anyways, speaking about 90s kids, we're going to shoot right off the bat. This morning, it was announced that the Spyro the Dragon trilogy is being remastered and re-released for the PlayStation and the Xbox in September.
So cool.
I don't understand why this one took forever. I think when it comes to platformers, for Sony back in the late 90s, the first two, even the third one, these 3 games were probably their finest.
I remember just playing the first one, dude, for like hours, just trying to get every dragon out of the emerald, and like just trying to get every last gem like in the game. Spyro was just so much fun, dude. And yeah, I mean, I think that them redoing Crash Bandicoot kind of like maybe inspired them a little bit. I watched an interview actually about the guys who are like working on this, and they said that they were talking about how awesome it was that they got to go back and look, because I think it's the same studio that works on Skylanders. Because Spyro has still been a thing for like a while now.
Yeah, just they do mostly the Skylanders stuff.
Yeah, he's a background character in the Skylanders now, but a lot of people don't realize that Spyro is like the OG of that group, dude. He's like the...
Spyro was the Mario.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's like the Dre of that group, dude. You went Nintendo. I went like an NWA. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to do.
No, but what you're saying is like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, let's say Rayman, because Rayman was originally a PlayStation property, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Gex.
Gex, oh my god.
Sony had...
Remember Gex 3? You ever play that?
I didn't play Gex 3.
Dude, I have Gex 3. We gotta play it, because I just found it at my parents' house.
I would love to do a PlayStation platformer review where we go back and play all the old classic PlayStation platformers.
It's really funny that you say that, because today I went back and I played the original Tomb Raider from 1996.
Oh my, wow, classic.
With those polygon titties, man.
Polygon titties. Ugh.
I don't know what happened, dude. The other day, I got into this mode where I was like, because there's been a lot of hype about like Shadow of Tomb Raider or whatever that game's coming out pretty soon. And I played the last 2, and they were okay. They're not the same style of game, but they're like still pretty fun. I really enjoyed them, and all you gotta do is just throw me a fucking bone every once in a while, you know. But these yeah, dude, these games were just like a major callback, and I had thought to myself, now I know they redid the first Tomb Raider. It was it's called Tomb Raider Anniversary, and it came out a few years ago. And it was obviously the original remastered, but with all new, like they kind of did a lot of level redesign and updated the environment to match with the game mechanics, like the newer game mechanics. And I was like, damn, I would love to see all of those games updated like that. I think it's really cool when they do things like that.
Like completely remaster them like that.
But rethink. Like take the plot that was so good and then maybe like rework it in a way that doesn't like violently alter what it was doing. But like kind of like almost reimagine it very slightly.
So you want them to reimage it. Don't change the story, but give it new aspects. Maybe it gives a little more depth. Like if you take Doom and the original Doom and you gave it somewhat of a story, you're not altering it.
Exactly.
But you're adding to it.
Right, you're honoring what it is. And actually, that led me down the rabbit hole more. So I was like, man, it's like 2018. We live in the... See, it used to be that like when we were kids in the 90s, like if you had a game that came out and it was really good, you just had to wait until the next one came out. And that was it. That's like we had to do. Luckily, games were kind of easier to pump out back then, so like you would get like, you know, a game and then the sequel the next year.
Next year or 2 years.
Yeah. I believe that's what happened with Tomb Raider. I think it was in the next year or two anyway, but
Grand Theft Auto pretty much changed that with the open world scheme.
Yeah. Yes.
Now we have to wait 20 years for a sequel where the map is the size of Texas.
Yeah. That is awesome. But then, so, it turns out, somebody had already remade these. Somebody had begun to remake the second game by himself in Unreal 4.
Oh, wow. And
he redid, like, the majority of the first level. I'll have to show it to you later, but I don't know if you ever played those games.
Which ones?
Any of the Tomb Raider games.
The originals, yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, the level of detail and intricacy that this guy achieved is, like, better than any game that... Is there Core? Are they still Core? No, they're not Core. They're Eidos now. They're Eidos.
Not too sure.
Yeah. I've been learning all about this. So, like, I guess the company that made those games, the original guys, they went to go make Tomb Raider 6.
Yeah.
And they got bought out by Eidos. And then Eidos put them on, like, a major time crunch, and then they released Tomb Raider 6, and it flopped, like, horribly. So the CEO of Core, like, stepped down. And then that's how we got the new style of Tomb Raider game, the 2013 one.
Okay.
Because that's how they made that massive jump. So, it was a long gap in between, but yeah. It's just crazy what people can do now with, like, content. Like, we talk about, like, growing up in the 90s and, like having to be patient for things to come out and stuff. Now, like, people can just go and make user-created content. And I think there's, like, a major power in that, in, like, user-created stuff.
Yeah, there's a great power to that. Plus, it makes waiting for these games to come out, which now it's not every 2 years. It's every, as I said, 4 or 5 years. You got to wait for a sequel.
Yeah.
You know, when did Skyrim come out? Everyone's still waiting for the next Elder Scrolls game. That was, 8 years ago now?
Or
7
if you work
years?
for Valve, like, over 10 years.
Yeah, you're looking at 20 years between.
You're looking at 20 years in between, you know.
It's because the members of Tool are behind the production on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's the same dude who did that.
So yeah, Spyro September 21st. We also got another big date this week that was announced via Game Informer. Mm-hmm. From E3 of last year, we saw the game footage for the new Spider-Man game.
It looked awesome.
Spider-Man.
I never thought I'd get excited over a Spider-Man game. Not since the one that was on PlayStation 2.
Oh, the movie games?
Yeah, or what? Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's what it was.
No,
I don't know, PlayStation.
Oh, the original PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember which ones were out for the original PlayStation. The ones I remember were the movie games, and obviously, even at a young age, I wasn't stupid. I'm like, if this game is based off of a movie, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But, from my understanding, those games are actually really good.
They were fun, dude. They were really fun.
I'm actually kind of curious now. Spider-Man games. For the the original PlayStation?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's either PS1 or PS2. I think it's PS1, man.
We are currently looking up Spider-Man games. Sega games, Nintendo. Spider-Man cartoon maker. Okay. They're the cool one for the Super Nintendo, the Genesis at the time, Maximum Carnage.
Yes. Maximum Carnage is awesome.
I'm actually going to buy that graphic novel. I need to read it. Early play, the first one. Was it that one? From 2000?
Yes.
That cover?
Yes. I'm crawling up the side of the building.
I'm trying to see if this was... This was using the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game engine. Interesting.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It doesn't look like this was based on the movie.
No, it wasn't. It was before that. It was before the movie.
It was a year before the movie. It had 2 sequels.
Because it was really good.
Enter Electro and the Sinister Six.
Yeah. I just remember it being... I had a lot of fun playing that game. Not as much as Spyro. I don't know. I sat on Spyro for a while, dude. Spyro, Tomb Raider...
Duke Nukem, Unreal Tournament.
Yeah. You remember Duke Nukem 0 Hour? Did you ever play that one?
Which one was that?
It was the one for N64.
No, I didn't play the ones for the N64. I only had the PC version.
Yeah.
With
Those are only the real ones. Those are the real ones, dude.
My
3D Realms, like
that's
MS-DOS, Duke Nukem is Duke Nukem.
I want to get a computer. When I build my gaming computer, I want to dedicate a section of that hard drive to MS-DOS.
Yeah.
Because even though that's a very simple operating system, not really, it's command prompt. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just... There's something about it that's very nostalgic that I like playing my games via MS-DOS.
Yes.
It's like you're on a computer, but you're not. I feel disconnected from everything being on DOS. You know, it's kind of like reading a book and reading something online. There's just something about it.
Yeah, I would agree, dude. There was a lot of really good games out for MS-DOS. What else was MS-DOS?
Wolfenstein. Doom.
I was gonna say, so the original Wolfenstein was MS-DOS, right?
Yes.
Wolfenstein 3D. You know there were other Wolfenstein games before that.
Yeah, that was from actually a different publisher.
Yeah. It was like super early though.
Yeah, that was like 80, 81. I think that was for the
like
Atari.
barely out of the 70s, dude.
Yeah, I want to find those and play those too.
Yeah, you can download them, I think, online.
It's funny, after seeing Ready Player One, while we're walking that realm, I'm just gonna fucking say I saw that movie day of. I went to the IMAX by myself. Nobody was available. Fuck anybody who told me they couldn't go that night. Honestly, you guys missed out on it. Steven Spielberg, at however old he is, over 30 years ago made E.T., which is just a fun family movie that we can still enjoy today. 35 years later, comes out with this movie, Ready Player One. And he still can make a fun, enjoyable, great movie. This movie is not The Godfather. This movie is not Dunkirk. This movie is not Blade Runner. This movie is not King Kong or Citizen Kane. This is just a fun movie. This is what Spielberg is known for. Yeah. Indiana Jones, E.T., Hook, if you guys liked Hook. I liked Hook with Robin Williams. It's a fun movie. It's an enjoyable movie. There's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of pop culture references, but the system they keep going back to in the whole movie is the Atari.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So it makes me actually want to go back and find an Atari. I've been looking for one for my collection.
5100 or before that?
No, the 26.
2600?
Yeah, the 52 is the one that sucked.
Yeah.
That was the one with the big, bulky controller. I think that didn't work.
I just want to play Dig Dug.
Oh, I love Dig Dug. I just bought SteamWorld Dig 2 for my Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Because those games are pretty bomb. So while I was watching Ready Player One, the thing I wanted to do, and good thing I didn't. Good thing GameStop was closed when I walked out of that theater at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to buy a VR headset.
Yeah.
Anyone who's seen this movie will agree with me.
Did you watch it in VR?
No, I watched it in 3D at the IMAX.
Because I think they have it in VR there.
Not at the IMAX, or at least not that I know of. But that would be a great package deal to get people to buy a VR headset.
Yeah.
Because I said this. I said this to Scott. I said this to a bunch of people. I go, if this is going to do anything for the video game industry, this movie, VR headsets are going to become a necessity.
Yeah.
You will not be able to buy your next Xbox without having a VR headset.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long it'll be before that's actually a thing. I don't think I'd ever want to actually play. I think there's a lot of games I wouldn't want to play like that.
Well, no, not everything. I'm not going to want to play...
But some things.
I'm not going to want to play everything on my Switch. I'm not going to want to play everything on my PC. I like you. You're like me. You like your options. You like your variety. Your variety. VR headsets would be great for world-building games. They'd be good for maybe good multiplayer games. Maybe they'd be good for, again, virtual reality. Maybe I want to go see what it'd be like to be on a roller coaster that I can't physically go to. Shit like that. Do I want to go and play Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo on a VR headset?
There's just some things that aren't meant to happen, man.
No, there's not.
You know what I mean?
It might be cool to see some top-over Zelda games where you could back out and the map kind of just shows.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or like StarCraft, where it'd be easier to move, real-time strategy games might work. But like, if you're playing old-school platformers, playing fucking Monopoly, I don't want to play those on a VR headset.
Yeah,
no. No, I'll play those on my PlayStation or on my Switch, or I'll take the fucking board out.
Yeah, exactly.
Skyrim might be cool in a VR headset.
Everybody just wants them. Skyrim's everybody's goat, man. I don't know what it is, dude. They put the Switch out and they're just like, we're gonna pilot it with Skyrim. It's like, dude, Skyrim's been out for a minute. Why does everybody want to go back to Skyrim? Like, come on now, dude. Well, I love Skyrim as much as the next dude, but come on, man. Skyrim's gotta go to sleep for a little while. Like, come on, I'm waiting for Elder Scrolls 6. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, Todd Howard he's a brilliant man, and I'm hoping at E3. Because E3 is coming up in a month and a half.
Yeah.
Us here at Bedlam Media, we're hoping to be as viral with that as we've been with everything going up to WrestleMania this year.
Yes.
I do want to let you guys know that we aren't just... And we mentioned this in the first episode, we're not just a gaming channel. We're not just a channel that talks about movies, about comics, a channel that talks about wrestling. We're a channel that wants to talk about everything related to pop culture that we are really into. Anything that has to do with sports, technology, and entertainment, as well as create our own content. So we may jump around here a lot, but it all has a
greater purpose.
Greater purpose. So
a greater vision going on here, but we don't,
So
doesn't always meet the eye.
We will be live tweeting WrestleMania this weekend. Really excited for that. We'll be live tweeting everything going on. Starting with, I think tomorrow is the Hall of Fame ceremony. Yes. Looking forward to that. We're looking at E3 going forward.
Mm-hmm. E3 is the next big event.
With Spider-Man having a date, hoping to see more on that. Todd Howard, I think, said something that Bethesda's going to have 2 new IPs they'll be showing.
Yes.
So that could be a Switch port, it could be a VR port, it could be a whole new Elder Scrolls game. Maybe they're making another Prey. We don't know.
I don't know if that's going to be another Prey, dude.
But I'm using that as an example right now.
Dude. You know what? I say this every fucking year. And who knows? Maybe I'll be right this time. Dude, Gabe Newell thinks that he's going to show up to E3. He said that. He said that to somebody. He said, we spent a lot of time working on, like, tech stuff. Like, they built, first of all, like, this is the thing that people don't understand about Valve, and, like, I get fucking super pissed off for them. At the end of the day, it's probably no real excuse why they've not released a Half-Life game, but the thing to understand about them is they wanted to really get in the hardware game.
Yeah.
They went, they created Steam TV, they did,
they created
Steam. First of all, Steam, at the time that it was released, was was mind-boggling. It was mind-boggling. You could purchase content online, take it anywhere with you, manage yourself for free, right? Doing the same things that people were doing on Xbox Live, that they were paying money for, right? Very limited what they could do. Steam had catalogs of things that you could download. And really has paved the way for PC gamers. If you talk to anybody who plays on PC, they use Steam, dude.
Yeah, everyone I know who has a PC, that's their gaming hub.
That's it. You use Steam. Like, if you're on Xbox, you use Xbox Live. You play on PC, you use Steam.
Yeah.
Right? So, what these guys did, they really got into the virtual. They had some IPs and stuff come out, and they've really been lackluster on the gaming front. They put out, I thought it was the funniest shit ever when they put out Bridge Constructor with Portal. These fucking dudes, man, they waited for the longest time, dude. They put out Gwent or whatever it was. It was like this game from. They put out fucking trading card. I don't know what it was. They put out a trading card game for something.
Was that for The Witcher?
I don't think it was them. Actually, I don't think that's what it was. They put out a trading. No. Sorry, everybody. I'm completely wrong on that. I know I'm wrong on that. What it is, they went back and created a whole new trading card game. Basically, I can't remember the name of it, but it's not Gwen. That's from The Witcher. So they put that out, and then they released a Bridge Constructor game. They allowed the IP to be used on a Bridge Constructor game. Now, obviously, because it's Valve, everybody's looking at Bridge Constructor game. They're like, dude, we gotta get every fucking thing in this game because they hid something in it, man. They hid something in it. That's Valve. They hid something in it. Brother, I don't think they fucking hid shit in this thing, man. It's Bridge Constructor. I think that's where we gotta draw the line. Now, what that shows, and from what he said, right, is that they're gonna go back and refocus on making games.
Or, I mean, they have the PC market all cornered now.
Yes, they do. They're in the position. Now, will they capitalize to do this? So, think about all the crazy IPs that Valve has. They have Team Fortress. They have Counter-Strike. Okay? They have Half-Life. They have Left 4 Dead. They have Portal.
I almost asked that question. I'm like, is Left 4 Dead also the same people that make Half-Life? That answers my question.
Yes.
That's why they haven't made a third game.
Right. They always make the joke they can't count to 3. I always think that's really funny. But yeah, so who knows? Maybe we'll see something from them. I don't know, man. There's so much. There's gonna be a lot of discussion that happens between us and everybody else on the team going forward as we approach E3. We're going to start the coverage as soon as possible because a lot of little gears turning right now. A lot of little things happening right now behind the scenes.
Video games are the biggest entertainment market in the world.
Right.
Overtakes almost everything, I think, combined. Everything else combined.
Yes.
So we will be starting this week, keeping an eye out for any E3 information. And if you guys have anything, send it to us.
Right. Let's see if we're trying to dig through Reddit and stuff, but you don't always see everything. It's so much content. So send us stuff that you think that would be really cool. Tell us what you're excited for. I'm excited for Death Stranded.
I don't even know what to say about that game. That's gonna. I'm pre-ordering that.
Yes, that's pre-order worthy.
That's only the definite thing I know that they're really gonna show this year. As for Nintendo, geez, they were a sleeper last year, and all of a sudden, every other direct, it's like, oh, by the way, boom, major first-party title. Oh, here's all these other little third-party titles that are actually pretty fucking big, plus all the independent games. Like I was asking you, and I was just checking the itinerary, we didn't talk about the direct. Like you said, That was the day after, I mean. We recorded episode 2. So the direct happened after we did our second episode. Let me tell you. Me and Dave Johnson, hey buddy, hope you're listening to this. We went to GameStop, and I actually watched him sit there at the GameStop in Johnston. And the guy goes, what are you pre-ordering? Did you watch the direct? And the 3 people, and us included, in line were like, yep.
The Direct had had some stuff to offer. I'm happy to see them not focusing as much on the ports.
No, I mean, there was
I'm glad to see them focusing on the original content.
Yeah, like Octopath Traveler, which looks really cool.
This is, in hindsight, this is probably one of the best starts for a console that they've had. recent time.
This might be one of the best starts for a console since consoles have had like major releases. Because yeah, they had 2 titles when the fucking thing came out.
Yeah.
Now they're at fucking Smash Brothers got announced.
Yeah.
A Splatoon 2 is gonna have DLC.
Yep.
With a story mode that has 80 fucking levels.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude.
And we're not even talking about the fact that rumor has it Pokemon RPG for the Switch is coming out this year.
Yes. That will solidify me purchasing the Switch. That and Breath of the Wild. I think, because I still want to go back and play Breath of the Wild. And I know, I'm shameful for not playing Breath of the Wild, but
I gotta go back and finish it. There's so much in that game.
I'm an Xbox dude. I can't help it, alright? I know that I'm wrong. I am, but I think
I have everything in my fucking living room right now.
I think, I'm really hoping that we see more, like a bigger catalog for the Xbox One X. They launched PUBG on it. Like PUBG was a launch title for the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
As a port, and it was really buggy when it started. And I think supposedly they have a roadmap on it. They just launched a 4x4 map for it. So I don't know. That's going to be getting major updates. So that's going to be something for the Xbox One X to really be able to push forward on. And then they're going to hoping to see more like original content from Microsoft this year.
They need it because when they showed that last year, they really were trying to drive the message that they were going to change how to play games with their 4K, which is great. You know, you always want to do something innovative. Nintendo's doing it with the Switch. Sony just has great first party titles right now. Microsoft has this hardware. It got launched.
I think they were having problems with the developer. Well, because here's the thing, right? So through that mentality, like here's what you basically like what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the games that are probably gonna be released on Windows 10 or like on Steam that you play on PC, right?
Yeah.
That's like high level graphic capability, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Xbox One X is like in the $500 price point. It's the middle ground there between the console and the PC. So the Xbox One X basically is going to be really freaking good in 4K. It's a powerhouse. It's the strongest.
I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking the hardware.
This is what I always tell people, dude. I'm like, if they figure out like how to really optimize games and stuff like that, and I think that's what they're trying to figure out because that's the problem. Whatever they release for it has to also be released on the regular Xbox One.
Yeah.
Which means that the regular Xbox needs to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Which means that they need to optimize games like twice rather than once. It's like twice the work.
Yeah, and I get that. It can be a little difficult.
So I don't know.
What they probably should have done is they should have introduced it probably as a newer system. Yeah. I know they were trying to avoid doing that, so they didn't have to force people to buy hardware. But okay, I can play all these games on my old systems. I'm not in need to buy a new Xbox. On top of that, your biggest problem is by doing so, these little kids, let's say up until 12 years old, big market from 12 and under. Parents, they're going to their parents, I want the new Xbox, and their parents are like, go to GameStop, who know nothing about video games. Well, what can this do the old one can't? It's in 4K. Can it play the old games? Yeah, well, just, is Xbox good enough? Mm-hmm. And I think that's a big, that was probably a big flaw in theirs.
Yeah.
Plus, they do definitely need more first party. I know PUBG right now is very big.
Dude, I play PUBG. I love PUBG. Look, it already got some major reworks. Like it got they fixed a lot of the controls. The inventory system was fixed. The control is a lot more smooth. In that regard, it's been an improvement. Graphically, it's still very lackluster. When you parachute in, textures still don't load in correctly. They said that they've done some work on it, but it still needs it's got a long way to go. Need to do a lot of work with the particle effects, like a whole bunch of stuff. They call it optimization, but really what they mean is like lowering the texture quality.
Yeah.
So
making it Switch compatible?
Yeah, basically. So yeah, so I don't know. I think they need to I wonder if we'll see a Halo 6.
They're a little behind with I'm surprised that wasn't one of the launch titles with the X. It should have been, because that and Gears of War are their two biggest first-party titles they have. Now,
did you play Gears of War 4?
No, but I'm saying those are the names that people know when you think Microsoft.
Yeah.
Or a Fable, which they haven't made a Fable game in forever.
They're coming out with a Fable game supposedly.
I mean, nice. That would be nice.
I know. I'm like, they're trying to resurrect Fable.
There's a lot that Microsoft needs to do, because that was actually a Microsoft only exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot. I don't know. Microsoft. Yeah, Nintendo has all the Nintendo's Nintendo. We don't have to say much about that company. Sony has killer first-party titles right now.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is getting everything that's off the PC and Steam, and everything that's on everything else in a couple of first parties. The only first-party title I saw, and I'm not knocking PUBG, the only first-party title I saw in the past few years, besides PUBG, that I wanted got canceled from Microsoft. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Scalebound.
Yes.
That looked awesome, and Microsoft decided to close that operation for whatever reason. I saw the reason why. I think it was funding or whatnot. But they really need to get back on their first-party game.
Yeah.
You know, I think they have a couple other cool titles like Super Lucky's Tale, which is only on, and they have Cuphead, but that's on Steam. So there you go.
Yeah. I think they've got some shit in their back pocket. I think this is going to be a very big year for Microsoft. The reason I think that is because they've decided to hold their conference off-site.
Kind of keep it a little more secretive.
It's next door.
Yeah.
They have the Microsoft convention center thing is like across the street, or it's like very close. They're doing it in there. They're not doing it with everybody else.
So they're keeping it very secret this year.
Yeah. So I think they got some stuff up their sleeve.
Well,
they're not gonna go down. They're not gonna not release like original content. I think that they're gonna release like a couple of like bangers, dude. I think that we'll see maybe Halo 6. I think that we'll see. I think that we'll get more. I think we'll get some ports.
of course, there's always ports.
Yeah. I think that we'll see Fable. I think that we will see. You need to really think about this. It's weird when you stop and really analyze it about the list of like what their original content is. Maybe Gears 5. I don't know. Who knows? I do think that they are gonna put out some stuff though. Maybe some new titles. That would be cool. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna keep an eye out. We're gonna, as we said, as information comes out, we're definitely gonna keep an eye on it. We'll follow our Facebook page, YouTube channel, Twitter, just everything E3 going on in the next month and a half.
Fallout 4 on the Switch.
Oh my God! Don't even get. Don't do that to me.
I don't know why, dude. I feel this in my bones that could happen. If that happens,
I relinquish all my Bedlam media power if Fallout 4 comes on the Switch. You will never hear from me again.
Dude, Fallout 4 on the Switch would be epic.
Also, if Fallout 4 ever came to the PlayStation VR headset, another thing. Because that's for the HTC Vive, I think?
Yes. They already released some stuff for Fallout on VR, didn't they?
They did release Fallout 4. It is Fallout 4. The problem, you gotta spend, over $1,000 just to get a computer to use this headset, which is like $500-$600, just to get the game that's $60.
Yeah.
I do want to do that, but guess what? Right now,
build your own power suit for that.
Yeah, exactly.
For that amount of money, dude. Just go to a junk store and...
Let me gather my bottle caps.
Yeah. Get some bottle caps together and get down to the junkyard.
I'm hoping. I'm wondering if that's one of the IPs, because they are releasing Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, on the Switch.
Yeah.
I wonder if Fallout 4 is going to be another IP.
I just think that they were eyeballing like big open world games, like Skyrim. I don't know why. Fallout 4 is just like the one that my brain immediately jots to.
Oh, what's their current IPs? If we were to map this out right now, it is Doom. We're gonna say Skyrim. Would you even want to put online?
That's actually a good point, dude. We might see new Doom.
Fallout 4.
We might get a Doom 2.
Dishonored 2.
Yep.
Doom, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Dishonored 2. I'm missing something here. Prey wasn't them. It was an outside studio.
It's Valve.
Was that Valve?
No, wait. No, it's... Hold on, no. No. I don't think so. I think it's either Bethesda.
Bethesda. Let's go to Bethesda.
Pretty sure it's Bethesda.
We're doing more research here than we want to today.
Yeah. You guys are getting an extra free-flowing podcast.
Doom, Dishonored, The Evil Within, that just came out. Evil Within 2 just came out. And then Prey came out in 2017.
Yeah. It's Bethesda and Arcane Studios. No, it's Bethesda. It's just Bethesda. It's just Bethesda.
And their oldest IPs, Fallout 4 came out in 2015. Doom came out in 2016.
I think that there might be a new Doom game. We might get Doom 2. That would be really cool.
I think it's too soon for Doom.
I get more excited, I think, over the publishers' events than I do over the actual console events sometimes.
Oh, and of course Elder Scrolls Online, if you want to count that separately.
Yeah.
ESO.
Dude, there's a lot of games, actually, that are on deck for a potential...
Skyrim was 2011.
Yeah, you could see Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls... I would say Elder Scrolls 6, maybe another Fallout, like New Vegas type game.
That would be really cool. Anything Fallout, dude. Anything Fallout.
Anything Fallout. I think it might be Fallout and Elder Scrolls this year.
That would be really awesome.
Like,
I would not complain about that whatsoever.
And I think, if anything, it's going to be a new Fallout game, or it's going to be a port to the Switch.
Yeah.
I could wait another year on Fallout 4. You know, but if I get a Switch port, I'd be good. And Elder Scrolls, again, we're pushing 7 years since Skyrim came out.
Yep.
So we don't know. We're gonna.
I know they've been on deck for that for a minute now. They're gonna put it out. It's just gonna be bigger than ever. It's gonna be bigger than ever, dude.
We're not gonna have time.
No.
Get Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out in November. No time to play that.
Yeah. I'm a working man. I can't even find my car keys in the morning. How can I go find the...
I don't even have kids yet.
Blade of Zarkov.
Speaking of things I don't have time for, we've been talking about everything going on in the past, in the next month. Infinity War was a big one we've talked about.
Yeah.
Another one I'm trying to catch up on. I want to go back and watch the first season of Westworld again, because April 22nd, Westworld season 2.
Yes. Very excited about that.
Excited.
I loved Westworld season 1.
They're showing did you see the trailer?
Yes.
Where they're in the Shogun world?
Yes.
I think the show is being set up to be the honorary HBO successor to Game of Thrones once that ends.
Yeah.
I've said this before. I said this since the first season.
Yep.
There's so many questions I don't want to ask, so many answers I want, so many theories that every time I see something else, blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
And this trailer, just, you see them in the city, you see them in the Shogun world.
The way this first season ended was so cool. Or she escaped and then this fucking... Oh, man.
The revolt at the end. Guys, if you haven't seen Westworld, first of all, go back...
spoil it for anybody.
Go back and watch the original movie from the 70s. It's actually Michael Crichton's first movie he wrote and directed. The writer who did Jurassic Park. And it's a cool movie for the 70s. HBO picked it up as a TV show, and everyone was probably thinking, oh, cool, an adaptation, or, nobody knew it was a fucking movie. Everyone I showed the show to, we became rabidly obsessed with it.
Of course.
Highly suggest Westworld.
How could you not?
I would say it's one of the 5 best TV shows on TV right now. People fight me. Fight me for that statement.
I've been watching, it was funny because we were talking about Steven Spielberg earlier, and I was thinking about old Spielberg movies. And then I remembered that Drew Barrymore's, one of her first movies was E.T.
Yeah,
might
she was
actually
like a
been her
child.
first movie.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about that show Santa Clarita Diet, which is on Netflix right now. You can go on there and check out. They just put season 2 was just released on there. It's basically about Drew Barrymore plays this guy's wife, and they're like real estate agents, and all of a sudden she just pukes all over her all over the apartment, in front of everybody, and then she just goes and dies in the bathroom, and she comes back as a zombie.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. It's really fucking good.
I'll
It's
have to
really
check it
good.
out.
I've honestly been enjoying it, man. At first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. This might be kind of stupid, and then as it progressed, I was like, oh shit, all right, I'll bite. Not as much as her, but
I know my parents were watching that, and they were showing me a scene where somebody walks in the house, and then they walk in, and she rips the guy to fucking shreds.
Yeah. If you ever wanted to watch Drew Barrymore fucking eat somebody, just use their intestines as a jump rope.
I'll be adding that to my list.
Santa Clarita Diet. It's pretty cool.
Can't be more violent than Conor McGregor, though.
No. Is there anybody with a worse temper than Conor McGregor? I don't know. But today, he must have been really pissed that Ronda Rousey was making her WWE debut, because today he decided that he was going to try to hold his own no-holds-barred match out in the parking lot of a UFC event, right? So basically somebody was on a bus. This is what I gathered. Somebody was on a bus, and Mr. McGregor decided that he was going to pick up a barrier that was in the garage and just throw it at the bus. Just going to throw it at the bus, right? That's what they caught him on video doing. So we're going to be waiting for a rematch for him against the bus. They're going to sell it as a pay-per-view. And Dana White's going to get in on it. He didn't see the potential right now. But, they convinced him to fight Mayweather.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Because he's going after a bus, and Braun Strowman can take out trucks. Conor McGregor comes out as Braun Strowman's tag team partner at WrestleMania. Them versus the buses for the tag team belts.
Oh, man. Conor McGregor. He said there's a warrant out for his arrest or something? I don't know. He got in a lot of trouble for that. Dana White freaking out. You know what sucks? They always have Dana White and Joe Rogan in the same building, and I always get them confused. I think it's just because they both look like Mr. Clean with, on hormonal...
I hear Dana White, and I think of the woman from Wheel of Fortune. I think that's her name. So I'm like, what do you mean Dana White is in charge of UFC?
Yeah.
Little scrawny blonde woman.
It's so weird. Dana White has such a weird face, dude. His eyes are kind of close together. He's got kind of almost feminine looking eyes, but then the rest of his head is just jacked. He literally, dude. Dana White looks like an anamorph that's turning into a giant earthworm or something. I don't know, dude. He looks like he's halfway through a transformation into something. I don't know how else to explain how just strange Dana White is to me. But
there you go. If you don't remember fucking Animorphs, you're not a 90s kid.
Yeah, there you go.
Animorphs.
Dana White and his shiny ass Mr. Clean head.
Speaking about ridiculous things. So, I sent this to you, and I said, if this is going to be good, it's going to be good. And if it's going to be bad, it's going to be good. So, week and a half ago, we got honored with the pleasure of knowing that John Cena has been casted as Duke Nukem.
Ah, yes.
If this movie's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. If this movie's gonna suck, it's gonna be good.
He's like the ideal action star.
He's like
nobody will be able to shoot him because nobody knows where he is.
No, he'll always have his invisibility on.
His invisibility cloak. He actually went to Hogwarts.
Who ever thought that after The Rock, they looked at the WWE roster and go, John Cena's the next. Not that I'm knocking the guy. I'm a big Cena fan. Always have been. But who looked at him and go, we need him to play a father who's going to cock block his daughter from getting fucked on prom, and then he's going to be Duke Nukem in an R-rated Duke Nukem movie.
I'm waiting for that, actually. I kind of like raunchy John Cena. I think he's funny as shit. I thought The Marine, the first movie that he did, it's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen, dude.
Well, it's a WWE
Hands
movie, of
down.
course.
But, I mean, the dude could definitely play Duke Nukem. I mean, the dude, you watch him wrestle, dude, the guy is just jacked, dude. He's, jacked out of his fucking mind. He can't turn his neck. You know what I mean? Dude, his abs look like he swallowed an egg carton.
I mean...
he's fucking...
He doesn't look like Kurt Angle did, 15 years ago, where he just looked like a thumb.
Yeah, Kurt Angle did look... Kurt Angle still looks like a thumb, man. What are you kidding? He looks like a very tan thumb.
It's funny, he comes out now and he's just so jolly, and I'm 15, 16 years ago, that guy was the biggest asshole on TV next to JBL.
He was a heel. He was great at it.
Man.
Isn't it crazy how they do that?
Yeah. So one other thing we were going to talk about, you brought it up, and this movie actually is coming out. I mean, we've all known about it, but it's been creeping up, and I think this might be a very big movie at the end of this year. A Quiet Place.
Yes. With Jim from The Office, who has a beard now and is jacked.
And no Pam.
And I'm confused. They ditched Pam. I don't know what.
Maybe he's hiding from Dwight?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Dwight, this is all about Dwight pulling his prank on Jim now. Dwight has created a race of superhuman freaks and released them outside of Jim's house.
Beers, beats, Battlestar Galactica.
That's it. That's the formula, dude. Nah, but yeah, so this movie has been getting very high ratings and stuff, and I'm very excited. It came out today.
Was it today or is it coming out tomorrow?
Thursday.
Really?
Right? I think it's out today.
Oh boy.
I read the plot of this movie and I was like, this is if you were in middle, let's just keep making 90s references. If you got a bad report card and you're sitting in your room and you hear your parents come home.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is. But times 1,000 in severity.
Too bad you have to work in the morning. There is a showing tonight.
At what time?
Man, let's see. Come on, where are you? Oh, Blockers came out too. Oh, and Chappaquiddick, the movie about the Kennedy killing his. You know about that, right?
Yes.
I want to see that. What the fuck? There's only 5 movies playing tonight.
Everybody's sleeping.
Well, anyways, the showing's tomorrow. Fortunately, I'm working tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm at it too, though.
Dude, they have a showing every 5 minutes.
Yep. Oh, whoa.
Sorry, guys, we are currently looking at the schedule. Ooh, Tyler Perry's new movie? No. Anyways, so...
Does anybody actually ever go watch Tyler Perry movies when they get released?
I think Tyler Perry does.
Tyler Perry. Except he goes as different characters every time he watches it. Yeah, I don't know.
Tyler Perry in a Tyler Perry review.
Oh, man.
Guest star Eddie Murphy from The Nutty Professor.
What is Eddie Murphy up to these days, man?
I don't know. He needs to go back to doing stand-up.
I wouldn't mind that. I like Eddie Murphy stand-up.
Some of the raunchiest shit I've ever seen. I love Eddie Murphy stand-up. I know a lot of people would credit Richard Pryor stuff as some of the best, and George Carlin as some of the best, and they're great. I would actually honestly include Eddie Murphy's 2 stand-up routines from the 80s up there with those guys.
I think he's been pretty low-key since Charlie died.
Yeah, he has been. I haven't seen him booked for anything. He was on SNL when they did the 40th anniversary, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to have Eddie Murphy. But,
But anyway, guys, that's what we have for you tonight. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, check us out on Twitter. WrestleMania this weekend.
Send us
Live
what-
tweeting.
Live tweeting, maybe some live discussions, maybe some live videos. Who knows? We'll try to give you something cool.
Maybe some live cam videos.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about doing some playthroughs. I've been really inspired this week to go back and like go through the collection that I have of like old games. I would really like to go back and maybe play some old Tomb Raiders. See how far we get.
That sounds like a plan. Okay, guys, we will spend Order in Bedlam.
Order in Bedlam, episode 3.
Better than Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.